They told you 3I Atlas was just a comet, an anonymous wanderer drifting in from the deep, a frozen relic from a star system that died before humanity even existed. Last night at 9 p.m. CET, NASA proudly unveiled their sharpest images yet. Clean graphics, confident statements, easy answers. But what they showed the world was not the whole truth. It was the edited truth, the version safe enough for public consumption. Because buried inside the raw files, inside the frames they never aired, is something so unsettling, so violently out of place that several analysts refuse to attach their names to the final report. Today, we dive into from the very first detection over Chile, 3I Atlas didn't behave like a comet. Astronomers noticed its orbit resisting predictions, as if it were correcting itself. Its brightness didn't rise gradually, it snapped into intensity, like a system powering on. Internal NASA memos, quietly circulated, never acknowledged, repeated the same forbidden phrase: non-gravitational acceleration with atypical signature. That line alone should have triggered global panic. Instead, it was removed before the press briefing. Then came October 2nd. While 3I Atlas was hidden behind the Sun from Earth, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter had the perfect angle, 30 million kilometers away, close enough for real detail. The high-rise images weren't blurry, they weren't noisy, they weren't natural. The nucleus was smooth, even, geometric. At multiple angles, reflections repeated, like panels. Comets do not have panels. They do not have symmetry. They do not scatter light in patterned reflections. For a moment, the analysis lab fell completely silent. And before we go any deeper, before the next reveal hits, I need everyone watching to do something powerful. If you refuse to accept the sanitized version of reality they feed us, hit the like button right now. Not for me, for the algorithm that buries stories they can't control. Your click forces this truth into the open. Now listen closely. During the unexplained brightness surges, radio telescopes caught bursts of narrow-band signals, identical spacing, identical intervals, not static, not noise, a structured pulse. The official response? Instrument error. Convenient, especially since the errors only appeared when Atlas flared and stopped the moment it dimmed. Defense networks quietly stepped in. Civilian observatories were told to route live tracking into classified channels. Missile warning systems began running simulations. In restricted briefings, the terminology shifted from object to vehicle. James Webb observed the coma, carbon monoxide, water ice, dust, expected. But hidden beneath the public graphs is the abnormality. Fragile compounds that shouldn't survive near a star unless protected by something with shielding properties. As one lab tech whispered, it's like the inside is the payload and the outside is the delivery shell. Then, after rounding the Sun, 3I Atlas executed a maneuver so precise, so subtle, that only the non-public telemetry caught it, a course correction of mere millimeters per second, far too controlled for a natural outgassing event. Too aligned, too perfect. It wasn't fleeing, it wasn't drifting, it was surveying. One by one, it passed the orbital planes of the inner planets, like a scanner sweeping across a grid. When it aligned with Earth's orbital plane, the deviation was so exact, within meters, that analysts described it as deliberate proximity sampling. For 48 hours, Its outbound vector matched Earth to an unnerving precision. Not a near miss, not an accident, a flyby, a look. Then it veered away. NASA claims it is fading into darkness now, but the high-precision trajectory shared with partner agencies includes something the public was never told: a faint oscillation in its motion, steady, rhythmic, impossible to attribute to natural forces, as if something inside it is still active, still transmitting, still watching. One senior engineer, after reviewing the restricted frames, said something almost no one else dared to repeat. 7 billion years old things shouldn't look freshly built. 3I Atlas didn't just enter our solar system. It behaved like it was mapping it, measuring it, testing our response. And if this was only the first pass, what happens when the next one doesn't leave?